Okay, testing, testing. Can everybody hear us? Okay, can everybody hear me? All right, yes, I think you can hear now, and we're about to start. Okay, we are about to start. And thank you everyone to join today's seminar. Okay, you can call this open class or a seminar, or it's basically a free share. So we want to share a lot of experience and the story today, and today's kind of like special because not only me, but also I invited four of my students, and the students will share more story about their creativity and their project. And like these days, the COVID-19, I think is like kind of like it's getting worse, and a lot of news, a lot of negative news and bad news, and we know like we stay home and basically we stuck at home, and there's no hope for the school to start. And yesterday's news says like the school will all do online, like remote learning, and there's no way for anyone of us to go back to school. So it's a huge challenge for most of our students, and I totally understand. And also same for the four of the students, but they did something amazing. So when I just say amazing, that means they kind of like conquered the fear and the uncomfortable feeling, and also all the kind of like challenges they have in their like little life, right? They didn't go through too much, but now they have to face the reality and the real challenge for both adult and of the teenagers. Okay, so we hope to make today's seminar a little bit more fun and more relaxable. So make sure everybody can enjoy a little bit more, get some like positive energy. So if we can achieve that goal, so that would be perfect. Okay, so before we started, I want to introduce a little bit more about our channel, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Instagram. So please follow us on the Facebook channel and the Instagram and YouTube, and you can get like more information about the counseling part and test strategy and all the information regarding to the K-12 education. And again, I'm going to introduce myself if you never met me before. And here I am. Okay, I'm Jun, and I'm 7EDU founder. And I have been working on the counseling part and education for more than 17 years. And I'm so excited to working with so many students and for my past career life. And I have been helping students get into in their dream schools and different kind of students, different kind of personality, easy to work with, hard to work with. I enjoy the challenge. Today, my guest is GENCare. Is GENCare. So you must feel like a little bit interested about their story and how they did it. So we want to start to play a little short video for you guys to see what they do and what is the GENCare doing. And then we can invite them to come here to join me online, and we can answer some questions live. All right, so let's start it.
Hi, today I'm here with the GENCare executive team to introduce our organization. I started GENCare because I wanted to help out my community and make the most out of a tough situation. That's why I got together with a group of people, and they're all here with me today. We really appreciate this opportunity to introduce GENCare because we've devoted so much time into it. So, what exactly is GENCare?
GENCare is an organization created by a group of high school students aiming to reach out to many generations and groups of people during the COVID-19 pandemic. As teenagers currently under the shelter-in-place order, we understand that this time is difficult for everyone, and this inspired us to establish GENCare.
Our main goal is to preserve hope and unite our community through care in times of chaos. And the process would be that we launch new projects every few weeks because we hope to extend our care to many different focus groups at a time.
Now we will briefly introduce ourselves and our roles in the organization. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a rising junior in high school, and I initiated the GENCare organization. I'm the executive director of GENCare, which means that I manage and run most of the projects, and I work with partnership outreach. I also help create the website alongside our director of design. And outside of GENCare, I love to help others through volunteering and get to know people of all ages. I have a passion for STEM, and I'm the Women in STEM co-president at my school. In my free time, I also enjoy playing the piano, drawing, and dancing.
Hi, I'm Naira, and I'm a high school student with a passion for the sciences. I'm the co-president of the Women in STEM Club at my school, and I'm a part of the yearbook staff as a graphic designer. For GENCare, I'm the director of design and marketing, so I manage publicity efforts and most of the graphic design aspects of this organization, including logos, prototypes, and Instagram posts. In my free time, I also enjoy reading, bullet journaling, and cooking.
Hi, my name is Nathan, and I'm also a rising junior in high school with an interest in the computer sciences. I am the technical director and director of operations for GENCare, meaning that I organize project logistics and any tech work within the organization. In my free time, I enjoy gaming as well as tutoring. Outside of computer-related things, I play soccer and the violin. I am part of my school's chamber orchestra, and I'm a Life Scout in Boy Scouts.
Hi, my name is Pearl, and I'm going to be a junior this fall as well. I'm the fourth member of the GENCare founding team, and I direct financial work and communications. This includes expense tracking and developing connections. Outside of GENCare, I devote most of my time to dance, and I've been dancing competitively for about 8 years. Aside from dance, I also love math, fashion, baking, meeting new people, and spreading positivity.
Now that you know a little bit more about each of us, we are very excited to introduce our first project, which is the Ergonomic Headband project. The inspiration behind this project is when we realized that masks, which everyone is required to wear, can become uncomfortable after a long time. Millions of workers, ranging from doctors to local grocery store employees in particular, are required to wear face masks given the current circumstances. These masks can be extremely uncomfortable for the user, especially after long working hours. So why does ensuring safety have to come at the cost of comfort?
The ergonomic headband serves the purpose of providing comfort for workers who wear a typical face mask for long hours, and instead of the straps going around the ear like they normally do, they'll go around a button on the headband, therefore reducing tension and discomfort around your ear. So this is what the ergonomic headband looks like. It looks like a regular headband, except as you can see, there are 2 buttons on either side of it, and this is what the headband looks like on. So the buttons are located right behind your ear, and the straps of your mask will loop around like this. So as you can see, the mask straps don't touch the back of your ear anymore, which will allow you to go a full day wearing a mask without having to worry about discomfort. So the headband is composed of a soft spandex material, which has a 4-way stretch, and sewn with a stretch stitch, making it suitable for a wider range of head sizes. And we are working towards making a second prototype where we include our logo on the headband so that people know that they are GENCare headbands. And we would probably do this by embroidery or a transfer sheet with our logo.
And here on the slide is a graphic of the ergonomic headband in case you couldn't see what it looks like on Pearl's head. You can see that in the picture, which is also designed by me. The face mask straps around the button on the headband instead of the ears themselves. The first step in the headband making process is to recruit volunteers through our social media and close friends. The volunteers get to choose how many headbands they want to make and fill it out on a Google Sheet. Next, we will divide the pre-cut fabric, the buttons, and thread into bags for each volunteer. In each bag, we also include a pair of gloves and a handwritten note. And all of our volunteers who make the headbands are required to wear the gloves.
Over the course of a week or 2, depending on how many headbands we are tasked to make, the volunteers will spend time carefully making the headbands. After all the headbands are complete, we will collect them from each volunteer at their house with a no-contact pickup, and we'll immediately start packaging all the headbands.
In terms of sanitation, everyone involved in the Ergonomic Headband project is required to wear gloves while both making headbands and packaging them. And before getting to work, all volunteers must wash their hands prior to wearing the gloves. If we decide to use plastic bags for packaging, we will sanitize them with disinfectant wipes. And lastly, we will deliver the headbands to our recipients the next day. Overall, our foremost priority is the safety of everyone. When we made the delivery to the Sunnyvale Post-Acute Center, we used individual plastic bags to package them, but we are working to find a more eco-friendly option because we are aware that plastic is not good for the environment.
This project has been successfully launched, and we finished 70 ergonomic headbands for the Sunnyvale Post-Acute Center, which is a skilled nursing home in the Bay Area. Here we have listed some future and completed goals for this project, which you guys could help us out with. So far, we have collected volunteers to make headbands, reached out to local grocery stores and hospitals, and had our first response and successful delivery, which was the Sunnyvale Post-Acute Center, which I mentioned.
Now for the future, we're continuing receiving funds and donations through GoFundMe. We're going to try to achieve official nonprofit status, and we're going to seek more opportunities with various hospitals, senior homes, and grocery stores.
On this slide, we included some pictures from the Ergonomic Headband project. And all of these pictures are from Batch 1, which is for the Sunnyvale Post-Acute Center. And on the left half of the slide, we included pictures of our volunteers making the headbands. And as you can see in all the pictures, the volunteers are wearing gloves, which refers back to the sanitation guidelines that Pearl talked about earlier. And on the top right is a picture of a pile of completed ergonomic headbands. And on the bottom, we have a picture of Pearl actually sewing buttons onto the headband. On this slide, we included pictures of the packaging process. At the top right, you can see Nara and I, and this was the day when we packaged all 70 headbands for the Sunnyvale Post-Acute Center. And as you can see in the picture, we're both wearing masks and gloves to minimize spread of germs. And on the left, you can see how our headbands are packaged. We decided to individually package them in small plastic bags because we believe that would be easier to distribute for the hospital. On the top left, we included a picture of the day when we dropped off all the headbands to the Sunnyvale Post-Acute Center. And then on the bottom right is a picture of what the 70 headbands packaged looks like. And we remember to sanitize everything before we drop off the headband. We're also really happy to announce that the Sunnyvale Post-Acute Center let us know that the ergonomic headbands were very helpful and very comfortable for all the healthcare workers. That's why we hope to spread our data to more hospitals in the near future.
Now on to our second project, but has not yet been launched, the Melodies from Me to You project. Background behind this project is that many of us on this team have used music to help us get past these unprecedented times. For example, I've been playing the violin for around 7 years now, and Sarah has been playing the piano for about 8 years. Through the Melodies from Me to You project, our goal is to bring music into others' lives and also fostering a sense of community because music is powerful and can improve moods, relieve pain, and connect communities.
Logistics-wise, we plan on directing our efforts toward hospital patients and senior citizens in the United States. To do this, we will bring together an amazing group of volunteers with musical backgrounds to piece together videos of them playing different genres of music, from jazz, country, classical music, holiday music, to pretty much any genre. And with the volunteers, we hope to collect volunteers that play all types of musical instruments.
Our main goals for Project 2 are to first partner with other music organizations, preferably nonprofit ones, to collect volunteers quickly. We have a few in mind already, but we hope to reach out to them right before we launch this project. We also hope to seek opportunities with various hospitals and senior homes so that we can impact them through our music. And lastly, we would love to acquire a large group of volunteers from all over the United States.
And now for our third project, hand-in-hand experiences. During the COVID-19 outbreak, people, particularly teenagers, are struggling to maintain connections with the rest of the world, which can be an incredibly damaging experience. Through the Hand-in-Hand Experiences project, we hope to create a welcoming and inclusive environment to reach out to our peers.
To achieve our purpose, we decided to launch interactive Zoom classes for people of all ages. These Zoom classes differ from others as their purpose is to connect and not to lecture. For example, one class we'll have is baking, where everybody joins the class and bakes together as a community. And all classes will function similarly with a focus on interactions and making new friends. Other class ideas include art, journaling, gaming, upcycling clothing, knitting, and more.
Future goals for this project include finding more experienced teachers to lead activities, publicizing this project to a larger audience, and then better organizing the process.
So summarizing our short-term and long-term objectives for GENCare, we created this list below. Some short-term goals include seek more opportunities for the Ergonomic Headband project, like more volunteers and more recipients, gain donations through GoFundMe, achieve official nonprofit status, and launch Project 2 called Melodies from Me to You, which we mentioned earlier.
And some long-term goals we have are to first hire more people on the GENCare team to help with behind-the-scenes work. We also hope to publicize to all the United States to gain a more widespread customer base so that we can impact more people in the United States. And we would also love to expand the Ergonomic Headband project to people in our community and not just hospital workers or grocery store employees, because we believe that masks are uncomfortable for everyone, and we think that if masks become required when people are like walking around and stuff, then people have to wear masks a lot, so the headbands will help them as well. Now we are going to briefly run through our website. So this is our website homepage, and you can click this button here to learn more about our organization. This leads you to the About Us page, and at the top, we listed our mission statement, which is provide, care, preserve, hope. And we also talk about our purpose and how we work, which we already discussed in our presentation. And then the next page is the Our Team page. On this page, we include pictures of all the members of the executive team, which is just the 4 of us. We also include our roles and our bios. And here we have our managers. And so far, we only have one manager, who's Emily, and she works with website and project development, which means that she makes the website more organized, she makes it more aesthetic, and she also works with project idea development. And Emily is a rising freshman at CMU, so she's not a high schooler. And at the bottom, we included our partnerships. So this is our first partnership, and it's with Destination Bell, and this is our partnership for the Ergonomic Headband project. Destination Bell is a sewing business that was founded by Sihem Arsalan, and she sells handmade products such as headbands, scrunchies, and hair scarves, which some of us on the team have actually bought, and they're really good quality. So if you want any of these things, I suggest you check out her business. And at the same time, she also advocates for women empowerment, which is really cool. If you want to check out her business, you can follow Destination Bell on Instagram to learn more about her. Then our volunteers page. On this page, we include a section called Our Amazing Volunteers at Work, where we put in pictures of our volunteers in the headband making process, as well as the packaging process. And at the bottom of each picture, we include the name of the person that is included in the image above.
Awesome. Okay, so now we invited Sarah and Nara and Pearl and then Nathan here. Okay. Yeah, so welcome to share your story with everyone. Okay, so I'm pretty amazed by what you guys already accomplished, and I think it's an amazing job. And yeah, so can you just guys share a little bit more about how you come up with the idea? Because we already know the presentation, we hear some of your introduction about your website, included some advertisement that you made for your partner. I think it's a wonderful business. No, it's the business plan is really good. Okay, tell me who had the plan. Who had the plan?
So I came up with a plan because I really wanted to help my community during COVID-19. And we thought of this headband project because we really wanted to help hospitals and senior homes because we feel that they're hit by COVID-19 the most. And we thought headbands would be perfect just because they're really comfortable and they're stretchy so they can fit all head sizes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when you come up with a plan, so what is the first thing you were thinking? Why you pick Nara and Pearl and Nathan? Where's Nathan? Okay, Nathan will show up. So how you pick up your teammate? What is the process? You interview everyone. You pick up 4 of them, 3 of them.
Well, I actually contacted my friends, among my friends first, just because it's easier to communicate with them right now because it's like COVID-19 and you can't meet up with people. So I was more comfortable hiring people that I was familiar with. And then with these 3, I looked at their strengths and what they were best at, and then I gave them their roles. Like, for example, Naira, she does graphic design at school, so that's why she's the director of design for GENCare.
I see. Okay, so Nara, what do you think? What you were thinking when you saw like the invitation from Sarah, and then she asked you to join the team? What you were thinking?
At first I was a little questionable because I s she just it was out of nowhere. Like she just told me to look at the Google Doc with all these plans, and I had not seen it before. So yeah, I was questionable at first, but then I started reading her plans, and I thought it was a really good idea, and I wanted to help her with it.
I see. And Pearl, you're the model, right? You're the model for your project. Okay. Okay. So whose idea to choose you as a model?
Well, it was like most convenient for me to take the photo, but it was Sarah's idea.
I see. Okay. All right. So we noticed like there's only one boy here. Okay, Nathan. Hi. I think you have a lot to share, right? So what make you to work with the girls team, and how you feel like working with the girls team?
Um, so at first, Sarah
You
asked
have
me
to
if I
talk a
wanted
little
to
bit louder.
join. Oh, Sarah asked me if I wanted to join, and that was when like COVID-19 just started. I guess most people probably are not doing much yet because this is new for many people. So I wasn't like spending my time on like work or anything. So I decided to join along. Might as well spend my time on something rather than doing whatever I do on a normal basis. And then
What is your position?
my position is technical director
Oh, okay. So
and
the website,
operations
you create a
manager.
website.
Uh, I helped a little bit with the
Well,
website. Yeah.
our website, yeah,
Who
our
created?
website was mostly the design. So Naira and I worked on it mostly.
I
Mhm.
see. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so why a hairband? Actually, this is probably the question from a lot of the audience. Why hairband? Why it's not like something else? Because I noticed like your invention is quite like unique. Because when I saw the hairband, I was like, wow, that's a great idea. Because I don't like wear masks just because you don't feel comfortable, right? And so
Mhm.
why is hairband?
Well, the basis of the idea is to relieve pain off the ears, right? So we had to think of something where we can hook the straps around something that's not your ear. And we paired this kind of with a trend that's among girl teenagers, which is like headbands. People started wearing headbands more, and like the idea just kind of came together. Yeah.
Okay. And then Nathan, do you wear it?
I wore it when we first made our like prototype. Um, so like since we needed to see if it can fit like different head sizes, so I tried it on a few times.
So
But
the
there,
hairband is the hairband that you guys created both for girls and boys, right? Yeah,
yes,
awesome. So
it
I
can
heard
work for boys too.
news like there's already some like a hospital and their company and they would like to try your product. How do you guys feel the accomplishment for now?
Oh, wait, can you repeat that?
How you feel about the accomplishment? You feel like you did amazing. How you gonna score your own activity for now? Like from 1 to 100.
Well, um, probably 100, just because
I like
kind of
accomplishment.
started out of nowhere, and it was just an idea, and then we like put together a lot of we put in a lot of work to make this happen, and we've also donated 70 headbands already, which took a lot of like hand making stuff. So yeah, I'm really
It
proud
was
of
also like
our team.
it was also like a really fun experience. We also like learned a lot from it.
What do you learn most, Pro?
Um, we learned that we can actually make a difference as like teenagers because when we started, we didn't really think much of it. Like we just wanted to help out, but we didn't really know how like big it could get. But the fact that like the Sunnyvale Post Acute Center actually like wanted our headbands and we delivered it to them last week, I believe. It was yeah, we were like we were really excited.
I see. Okay, so I want you guys to share a little bit more about the challenges you guys had. Starting from Nara.
I would say our biggest challenge was publicizing GenCare because um, at the end of the day, we're just teenagers in quarantine, and it's kind of hard to get your like organization well known and out there. So yeah, we that was a challenge, but we stuck to it and persevered and slowly started to gain connections.
Okay, what about you, Pro?
Um, well, at first we were thinking about like the safety, but since all four of us have been at home like the whole time and we've been quarantining for literally like 4 months, it wasn't that big of an issue, and we just made sure to really pay like special attention to like cleaning it and disinfecting everything.
So you guys sit down together face to face to do this mask, to create a mask together, right?
Yes, but we like try to social distance as much as possible.
Okay. I'll say, what do parents say about that? Do they support you or
Well, our parents are definitely really supportive because
Hmm.
they also really like the idea and they wanted us to like help our community. So yeah, they're really supportive.
great, great. You know, the most amazing part for this activity, and for me as a counselor, I would say put it into action because I have been taking care of different students. You know, I'm the counselor and I give a lot of different opinion. I feel like for me, the most frustrated part is how to make the opinion, make the idea, put into action. So I'm so proud of you guys, and I'm so surprised to see that how determined you guys are and how amazing, you know, the job you guys did. You know, so I want to ask a little bit more about how you guys balance, you know, the remote learning and also your activities. So Nathan, do you feel like that take a lot of time for the activity? How you balance your study and the project that you are working on?
For me, I do studies um, a bit like higher priority than GenCare right now. But since like it's summer now, we really don't have as much work as when we were like in school, and we just have maybe SAT, ACT, maybe some tiny bit of summer homework. So it's actually not as bad as compared to when school was in session. So the balancing was actually not too hard because we had more time because we don't need to go and like bike to school or like ride a car to school. All like the time that we need to like transport to different places can be used for Gen Care instead.
I see. Okay, so who feel like right now the project, you know, taking too much of the time of the study because you guys, you know, not only have to finish the schoolwork but also have some like other after school project, right? Besides the project, what else you do? Yara, what else you do besides the project?
So besides GenCare, I've been taking a college class with Sarah actually about public health, but that's kind of like on the side. But other than studies, I pretty much just relax all day. I don't know if that's a bad answer, but I mean, it is summer and it's good to relax.
Okay. I see you guys are pretty busy. You created such a amazing project and they're doing a lot of work and you used to feel like that's relaxed, so that's good to know.
Hmm.
It's like pretty effortless, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I also encourage the audience to ask questions. If you have any questions regarding like study and project, or you want to interview with them, be part of the project, or because they're hiring, you know, are you gonna pay for your volunteer or no? Is free volunteer or is paid?
Um, so we're planning on giving them volunteer hours because like many high schools need like some requirement for volunteer hours, but we need to figure out nonprofit status before that. So in our presentation, we talked about how that's like a future goal for us.
Okay. And besides the hairband, do you guys have any other ideas to create some like helmet, you know, create some like maybe mask cover or, you know, scarf or gloves? I'm not sure. So do you have any other idea or this is your only product for now?
Well,
As of right
we
now, oh,
actually,
go ahead.
no, you can go. There I go.
As of right now, we don't have any physical products that we're thinking of, like making and donating to hospitals, but we were thinking of just as a small thing to make our own face masks and sell them to make money for GenCare.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, just to let you know because I have some good experiences and idea to give you some feedback. Because when girls they go out, they
Mm.
wear the mask, and a lot of people they don't want to wear the mask because they want to put the lipstick on, and then when they put on the mask, it mess up everything. So they want to put on a mask, and the current situation, everybody have to put on a mask, right? So if you guys can think
Yeah.
about how to create a mask, I mean, you can just make sure the lipstick will not be affected. That would be a perfect idea. And there's another suggestion from me, just a quick mind. Some people, a lot of students, they would like to, they don't want to wear the mask because I asked them the question, reason why. They say, oh, because we have to eat, we have to drink. If you can create some mask, they can just, drink milk tea at the same time, right? Maybe that would be amazing, right? So yeah, there's like a different function, for people who wear the mask, or yeah, for some comfortable, reason, or for um, like like a lipstick reasons or whatever. Right now a lot of big company they're still working on the mask. So hopefully you guys can create some mask, then and then next time we can invite you guys to share more about your mask idea, right? Okay. All right. So now I want to ask a little bit more about your personal academic path, right? So Nara, what is your direction for the future? Do you know what you want in your future for your college major?
Definitely something in the sciences. I love biology, chemistry, anything of that field. But right as of right now, I'm really interested in forensic sciences, like biotechnology. I'm really interested in that field.
Okay, that's good to know. But Sarah,
Um, Similar to Naya, I'm like definitely more STEM oriented. So I like math and the sciences, particularly bio. So hopefully something within that range. Yeah.
I see. Nathan?
Um, I haven't really decided yet, but I'm leaning towards like the computer sciences area because even if I just like learn the language and I'm not like a software engineer later on, it'll still be like pretty helpful to like just learning the language anyways, or just like multiple different computer languages. So I haven't really decided on like a specific major in college, but just leaning towards that side a bit more.
That's great to know. Okay, what about you, Pearl?
Same with Nathan. Um, I'm I think well I'm actually like I don't really know, but I'm leaning toward like computer science or like somewhere in that field.
Okay, that's great to know. So two doctors plus two engineers, work on this amazing project. Okay, that's amazing. That's fantastic. So I want you guys to introduce a little bit more about your time management part. So because you guys stay home, at first I want to ask who play video games. Who play video games?
I do.
Okay, Nathan,
Yeah.
because you're an
We
engineer,
used to.
right? Okay, so Pearl, do you play video games?
I used to play video games, but I used to play with Sarah and Naira. They introduced me to a game.
Oh, okay. That's great to know. That's great to know. All right. So besides playing video games, so how you guys manage your time? Because you have to squeeze your time to do something, right? And currently, a lot of students they just stay home because quarantine. And when I talk with more of my students, and I notice like most of their schedule kind of like a mess up. They stay up late at night. They just wake up late. So how you guys manage the schedule right now?
Well,
Well, I
you
think,
can go.
sorry.
Yeah, Sarah, go
Well, I
first.
think a good way to manage your schedule is to write out like what you want to do every day, and preferably like give yourself some time frame that you're going to do the work and try to stick to it. And it's important to give yourself breaks and not like just like be like work work work, because you're going to tire yourself out and then you're not going to stick to it. And I think like every day it's also important to like give time to yourself. And one way I do that is bullet journaling, which is basically journaling where I kind of just like reflect on my day, and I'll do like my mood tracker. Like I'll track my mood, I'll track my habits, see what I did today. And yeah, I think that's really important.
Okay, I know Sarah is very self-motivated. That's good to know. What about Nara?
Um, I also make lists every day of what tasks I want to accomplish each day. But I would say to stay organized, is just to be realistic about what you're going to finish at the end of the day. Because I know that if have all these things I want to do, but it's just too much, I probably won't do most of them. So yeah, I try to be realistic with my tasks.
I see. Nathan,
For me,
how
I
many
don't.
hours you play video game first? You can
It depends on the day, but majority I just go with like sessions because the games I play,
uh-huh.
like you have to like start a new game each time. So maybe I do like two, and that at most maybe 2 hours. But
Oh, then
basically,
it's
what I
hard for
do,
self-control to stop.
yeah, it is some in the beginning it was difficult to stop, but I feel like for me, um I don't know, it just like clicked that I had to like actually do things in high school because I had so much work to do. But I'm the type where I do have like a test or I have like a lot of homework to do, but I'm not like that stressed about it. So I think that helped a little bit. And then once I realized I actually needed to do work, um, it just helped me control how much I played.
Oh,
And right
you
now,
realize that. You realize that you need to, do your homework, right?
mhm,
Well, so how you get this habit? It's really hard to get a self-control. And for most of the cases, like teenager, it's just really easy to start a video games and just forgot the time. And then when it's come to check your time, oh, for 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hours passed, right? So since when you start to train yourself to have the habit to stop yourself?
it was freshman year, and also my parents, they always give me examples of like high school students that graduate into college, and then they're always going back to their parents saying, "Oh, I regretted playing so much video games or something. Like I could have spent more time in studies." They have like a bunch of stories like those. So it really like,
So they brainwash you at the very beginning.
um, wait, can you repeat that?
So they brainwashed you at the very beginning successfully.
I think they like brought up the topic, not really brainwash,
That's
because
great.
yeah,
That's
they like brought up the topic so I can realize it, but I wasn't getting brainwashed by it for sure.
okay, but
I
that's
just
good to know.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I don't want to like come back and look back on my high school year and regret it too. Like, oh, I spent so much time doing this when I could have been doing reading a book, studying for like other things. Yeah.
Well said. Well said. All right. What about you, Pearl? Your time management. How was that?
Well, I have dance in the morning and also later in the afternoon. So my schedule kind of like revolves around that. And when I don't do anything in between, like sometimes I'll feel guilty. So it kind of like dance kind of helps me motivate myself to do work.
Okay. Awesome. The quarantine time, and besides the amazing project, I kind of like want you guys to share a little bit more about the how you feel about the quarantine, how you feel about this kind of like special 2020, the year. And I think the fall, the school won't start, right? So you guys gonna
Mhm.
stay home, not forever, but let's see what if gonna be for another year. Yeah. So are you ready for that? And what do you want to prepare yourself for that? Sarah, want to start it?
Oh, sure. So, well, we already had like 2 or 3 months in like remote school learning. So
How do you
from
like
that
it?
experience, yeah, I personally didn't think it was that bad, just because it's more self-paced and you can like plan your time, do what you gotta do, and you gotta finish your schoolwork, so like you're not gonna procrastinate or anything. Um, for the coming year though, just because it's like junior year, it's a lot like tougher classes, and I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out online. But obviously, it's better online because like we have to be careful and um, stay safe. But yeah, I'm not really sure how it's gonna turn out.
Okay. What about you, Nara? How you feel about the staying home the time so far?
Um, I mean, I'm okay with staying home because as long as we're staying safe, I feel like staying home is the better option. But when it comes to school, I'm a little nervous, I guess, because I've never started a new grade without actually meeting my teachers before or like getting a sense of how they teach in the class. um, or even without meeting my classmates. So I'm kind of nervous about starting school like that. And but I feel like the teachers will be a little less strict about tests and quizzes and homework because they know that not everyone has access to internet every day, and that it's going to be hard for us to teach the concepts, especially if it's AP. So yeah.
Well, I don't worry about the online because it would be like something like this, right? So you can still say me, I'm a
Mhm.
teacher, right? It's like you can see your friends, you can see Sarah, Nathan. So the pretty online teaching is kind of like I personally feel like fun because you don't need to worry about what you're gonna wear, and the teacher never see the color of your pants, right? And the shoes, you don't need to think about it what to match your pants, what to match your shirt, right? So and you just need to just get up, just get into in front of your camera. You don't even wash your face, right? So who washed the face today? I had a meeting with one of my students, and he told me like he haven't been washing face for like several weeks, because no need, right? Anyway, he won't get out. So I feel like there's so many benefits for online and remotely learning, and the most important thing is this is a good chance for you guys to improve your social skill with your parents. When is the last time you stayed together so long with your parents after you went to school? I think it's been a while, right? Start kindergarten, every day went to
Mhm.
school, right? And only summer and winter, right? And now it's just every day stay home. I think they must be the longest time. So before you got into college, I think this is a great chance for you to, bond together with your parents, and then
Mhm.
you will feel like you appreciate a lot for this moment, for this period. Regarding to the COVID-19, and you mentioned like they were scared about when the school starts. I would just say like this is a good time for you to focus the inner side of you and your self-control, your self-discipline, and it will help a lot when everything goes to norm, and you will say like, wow, I feel like my self-discipline increased, or my self-motivation increased. Yeah, I think this must be something you will realize that later after everything go back to norm. Yeah. All right. So I have like two more questions. Okay. One question. The first question is a little bit challenging. Okay, a little bit challenging. Okay. Who thinks? Okay. She or he has tiger parents, because you guys amazing. You guys very self motivated. You guys has a strong self discipline. So we wonder, who are the parents? What kind of parents are behind you? Who think I have, tiger parents, tiger mom, tiger dad. They just push me and they just ask, like, no, nobody. Okay, all right, that's good to know. That's the first question. Or you just dare not to say, okay, that's why you shake your head. All right, so the second question, what is your biggest motivation? Starting from Nathan?
I guess maybe sometimes it's like friends, cause you know how like um
Because you're friends of Sarah, and Sarah is very self-motivated. That's why you got your motivation. That's that
sure.
sounds okay.
Well, like especially when like your friends does something and they like tell you, like for example, if my friend's doing some like volunteering thing, like you have that like sort of little bit of competition between
Mhm.
people, because of course if you guys all apply to same college, some people will just not make it, some people will. So I guess maybe freshman year, you might not like realize this, but then once you get to like sophomore junior year, this is when it's like more critical. um you don't like That's why some schools are like really competitive. Like you just have those feelings like, oh, if I answered this question that a teacher gave me and I answered it wrong, everyone will think I'm like not as smart as like other people. So I think my motivation is like just be the best that I can be, but also try to like friendly competition with my friends, sort of. Like if they're doing something, maybe I can do something too, and then like see how they're planning their own times.
I see. Okay, girls, listen. Okay, Nathan is competing. Okay, so you guys need to hurry up. All right. Okay, just kidding. So, what about Pearl? What is your biggest motivation?
My biggest motivation is probably dance. Shocking. Because I always have dance after school. So like if I ever have like a bad day at school or like a test that day, like I know that I'll always like have dance at the end of the day and it always cheers me up.
Okay, that's good to know. Sarah, I know
Um,
motivation, but I still want you to tell.
I think my motivation is mostly myself and the people around me. So like I don't know, I just like feel like like doing things. I like helping people. It's just like in me. So that's like what I'm motivated by. But of course I'm also motivated by these three people and my other friends because they're always like supporting me and encouraging me. And yeah, and my parents too.
Okay, yeah, that's you're so lucky to have the teammates like this. They're amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nara, what is
Yes,
your biggest
I
motivation?
agree.
Um, my biggest motivation would also be myself and my family because I know in school I want to try my best on all my assignments, and not because other people are doing it, but because I want to do my best and I just want to put my like 100% effort in everything I do. And I know that my parents, they also just want me to try my best, and it's not the grade that matters, it's my effort. So that's my biggest motivation.
Okay. Oh, thank you for sharing. Okay, and also if you have any question, the audience may ask you guys several questions, and you guys may need to answer some of the question from the audience. And we have some students, we have some parents, and I think you guys set a great examples. Because COVID-19, like I mentioned all the time to my students, when most of people don't do anything, you have to do something. When you do something, you win a little bit your credit, right? It's not only about a college application. It's not only about showing to the college what you have accomplished. It's about how you find your accomplishment during the process. It's about how you can, guarantee your future success, right? Okay. If you are interested in more of the stories, if you want to be part of the project or you want to join them for the volunteer, or maybe you still have some position to create it for more students, right? So you can contact the Sarah or contact us so we can forward information to Sarah. And Sarah gonna have a nice interview if it's referred by me. Right? Okay, so please, okay, just go ahead, just do something. And maybe you also can get some inspiration through today's project. And you can see, like, oh, they create a hairband. I'm going to create another hairband. I'm going to create a two hairband. I'm going to combine a hairband together. You can just always compete with this team, right? And yeah, just to think about, there's so many things we can do. And you can help the elder center to deliver some food. You can help people to increase their awareness of wearing a mask. You can try to document some of the life, during the quarantine time. And also you can share some motivation to encourage your friends, your peers, during this hard, challenging time. Yeah. So thank you guys for sharing. And I wish all the success for your project. And I'm going to support it for sure. And yeah, and if you have any question, just please let us know. And thank you for your time. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Pro. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Nara.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, have a nice day. All right. Okay. So now I want to talk a little bit more about the next open class and a little bit more about like the summary of the project, of my students' project, of those students who did an amazing project. And a lot of students ask me like how to do the planning, and a lot of parents ask me how to do the college prep. I would say it's just all about how the kids participate and how the kids can just dig out their potential. So maybe there's a question like how to dig out their potential, how to find out like, my kids like this or doesn't like that, how to make sure they can consistently doing something and without, stop, so it's not most of the time, right? So how can we make sure they consistently doing something? And there's also a lot of parents ask me like, my kids just stay home doing computer games all the time, so how can I just convince him or convince her? So this is kind of like quick idea. So we invite our students together to share some experiences, because I believe like when the peers are together, the friends the same age, they may find like more motivation, or they may find like a good like model, and also they can learn from. So today's case, we can also say like, when the girls together, when the friends together, you can see how much they're influenced by their friends. So if you have friends, they're like motivated, they're positive, they bring energy, and then maybe, those people who close to the friends, they can just have a small positive group. And that group can create a lot of great ideas because they're young people. They have really a lot of things going on in their mind. During this process, and I know like right now the negative news is like overwhelming. Everybody feel the same thing, and nobody know what about the what is the next. There's a lot of uncertainties. I just want to make sure we don't pass the negative feeling, or we don't pass the feeling of uncertainty to our kids, because we always want to tell them no matter what's going to happen, there's always solutions. There's always solutions. All right. So if you would like to make a consultation with me or with our counseling team, feel free to make a phone call. And we offer 30 minutes free consultation for the first five registrations. And if you want to know more about our next open class, please subscribe our email and follow us on our social media account, because we are going to talk about how to get the lower grade, get used to the online learning, and how to manage the online learning. Because we know for this fall, we can't really open the school, especially for the students under the ninth grade. And how can we handle that part? I would like to share with you more about that. Okay, so besides that, if you have any question regarding to the college application, this year's college policy changes, and feel free to give us a call. My name is June, and thank you for joining us for today's seminar. And we're going to see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.